wanted to work through an example that involves plane mirrors and the reflection of light in plane mirrors, and specifically the image of an object in plane mirrors. So the image of an object in a plane mirror has the characteristics that it is the same distance behind the mirror that the object was in front of the mirror, and it has the same size as the object in front of the mirror. So in our language of mirror equations, Q equals minus P and M equals 1. So the image distance is the negative of the object distance, and the magnification is unity. So we're going to take that law for the images of objects in plane mirrors, and we're going to think of a case where there's multiple reflections in plane mirrors, multiple images in plane mirrors, and investigate the situation. So in this problem, we're told that a person stands at the center of a 4-meter wide room. On the left hand and the right hand walls of the room are mirrors, and the person is looking towards the right and into the right hand mirror. If a person does that, the person will see not just one view, reflection, image of themselves, but they'll see a whole sequence of reflections, images of themselves. And that sequence of images of themselves are further and further and further away. And we're going to figure out the locations of the first 3 images of the person. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little sketch for the formation of each image. And as we make the sketch for the formation of each image, we'll see that the first one involves 1 reflection, the second one is 2 reflections, the third one 3 reflections. And so we'll see the pattern in which these images emerge. They'll get increasingly complicated in the sense of more and more reflections, but each individual reflection is just governed by the fact that the image is the same distance behind the mirror that the object was in front of the mirror. So let's first start with the first image. I'm going to draw the room. Here it is. It's 4 meters wide. And I'm going to draw the person, center of the room. Person's the object. And we're going to think about the closest image that the person sees of themselves in the right-hand mirror here. Well, that image is based on just a reflection of the person's light from the right-hand mirror, and it will be the same distance behind the mirror, so roughly here, that the object was, the person was, in front of the mirror. So I'll label this the image position. It's based on the law or the rule about images in plane mirrors. And if this person, we can see here, is 2 meters from the mirror, half the width of the room, the image will be 2 meters behind the mirror, appear 2 meters behind the mirror. And so this will be 2 plus 2 meters. This is 4 meters. The distance from the person to the first image of the person is 4 meters. So that's the nearest image in the right-hand mirror. Let's think about the next image in the right-hand mirror. Again, I'm going to draw the 2 mirrors 4 meters apart. I'm going to draw the person, the object, in the center of the room. How's the next nearest image formed? It's actually formed by 2 reflections. It's formed by, firstly, the light from the back of the person reflecting off the left-hand mirror, and then that light reflecting off the right-hand mirror and being seen by the person. And so instead of just 1 reflection of the right-hand mirror, we've now got one reflection of the left-hand mirror, one reflection of the right-hand mirror. So let's go ahead and figure out the images that create the final image in the left-hand mirror. So the first reflection is going to produce an image that is the same distance behind the mirror as the object was in front of the mirror. So the person's 2 meters from the mirror. This image will be 2 meters behind the mirror. I'm going to label it I1 because we're going to have multiple images now. And then the second reflection is that this image over here on the far left becomes an object for the second reflection in the right-hand mirror. And so the image of this object is going to be the same distance behind the mirror that this object is in front of the right-hand mirror. It's going to be somewhere over here. And this distance to over here, we can figure that out. This distance behind the mirror here was 2 meters. This distance was 2 meters, i.e. the image is behind the distance by the same amount that the object was in front of the mirror. There's a further 2 meters here between this person and the right-hand mirror. So there's a total of 6 meters between the right-hand mirror and this first object. So it's 6 meters from the mirror to this object over here. It will be 6 meters that this second image is behind the right-hand mirror. This will be 6 meters, matching this 6 meters here. And so overall here, we find that the total distance from the person to the second image of the person is going to be 8 meters. Okay, so those are the first two. And now we're going to carry on with the next image, the next nearest image. Again, I'm going to draw the room 4 meters in width. I'm going to draw the person, the object, at the center of the room. In the first case, we had one reflection of the right-hand mirror. Second case, one reflection of the left, and then a reflection of the right-hand mirror. In the third case, we're going to have a reflection of the left, reflection of the right, and then a final reflection of the left. So we've done 1, 2, 3 reflections in this problem now. And so we've got to trace those all out. So firstly, the first reflection in the right-hand mirror, the image is going to be the same distance behind the mirror that the object was in front of the mirror. And so this was 2 meters, half the width of the room. This is going to be 2 meters, half the width of the room. This image, I'll call it image number 1, becomes an object for a reflection in the left-hand mirror. Now, that image number 1, is the width of the room, 4 meters, plus another 2 meters, 6 meters, in front of the left-hand mirror. So it's going to appear 6 meters behind the left-hand mirror, so somewhere over here. I'm going to call that the second image. That second image that's formed by the left-hand mirror is going to become now an object for a reflection in a second reflection in the right-hand mirror over here. If we look, it's 6 plus 4 meters away from this mirror. And so the image in the right-hand mirror, the next image in the right-hand mirror will be 6 plus 4, 10 meters behind the mirror. And we draw that somewhere over here, 10 meters. And that means that the total distance from this image, I'll call that image number 3, it's the third image that the person sees of him or herself in the right-hand mirror, that's going to be a total distance of 10 meters plus half the width of the room, 2 meters away from the object. So, to summarize all that, there's a lot of reflections, a lot of geometry, a lot of distances. The first and closest image in the right-hand mirror, so that's this guy here, that was based on one reflection, and it's an image that's 4 meters away from the object. The second image that's seen in the right-hand mirror, that's this image here. It was 8 meters away from the object and involved 2 reflections. And the third image continues that pattern. This third image is located over here. It's now 12 meters away, and it involved 3 reflections, a reflection of the right, a reflection of the left, and a second reflection of the right to form this image. And so in answer to the question, find the distances to the 3 nearest images of the person in the mirror, they were at 4 meters away, 8 meters away, 12 meters away. And this would carry on. There'll be another image if we were to trace it out based on the 4 reflections that would be 16 meters away. There'll be another image based on 5 reflections that have been 20 meters away, and so on and so forth. Anyway, that's an example of images formed in a plane mirror. When you have multiple reflections, we see it gets more complicated to trace the image formation. When you have multiple reflections, the image from the first reflection becomes the object for the second reflection, and so on. So the image for the second reflection could become the object for the third reflection, and so on and so forth.